Good day everyone. Today I am going to share some important strategies and tips with you about reading comprehension passage. Before we will start reading a comprehension passage, I will explain you the meaning of word comprehension. Comprehension means to comprehend or to understand completely. The word comprehension means the ability to understand what you listen or what you read. Now, why it is important to understand what you listen or what you read? It is an exercise which aims at improving or testing one's ability to understand a language. So, it is very important for understanding English language that you practice a lot of comprehension passages. Now children, you must have seen or noticed that at the end of every comprehension passage, questions are given. Have you ever wondered why these questions are given? Yes, these questions are given to check your understanding of the passage, to see how much you have understood the passage. Is it clear? So you have to, whenever a comprehension passage is given to you, you have to answer all the questions so that any of the teacher, they will have an idea that whether you have understood the concept of the passage or not, whether you are able to understand the passage or not. Reading comprehension passage. I am going to share some tips or some important, very easy strategies which will enable you to read the comprehension passage easily and answer the questions given at the end of the passage. The first of all, you have to read the title. Reading title will enable you to get an idea what is inside the text, or what is the passage about, or what are you going to read, or look at the picture if any attached with the text. Now, the pictures, they give you a detailed idea of what you are going to read. Now, this picture or this title will enable you to analyze main idea of the passage. Before reading, you will have an idea what are you going to read. Now, children, is it clear? Next, read questions prior reading the passage. This means that you have to read the questions before you will start reading the passage. Why you have to do so? Why you have to read questions before you will read the passage? That will stimulate your mind to focus on the information required to answer questions while you read the text. Now, why it is important to read the questions before? That will automatically enable your mind to look for the information that is required to answer the questions given in the end. Is it clear, children? When you read the questions before, automatically you will start looking for the answers. Now, number 1, you have to read the title or you have to look at the picture. Number 2, you have to read the questions before you read the text. Number 3, very important. While reading, underline or highlight. Underline or highlight proper nouns. What are proper nouns? You have to underline names of person, place or thing. Any name given in the text. That can be Qaid-e-Azam, Allama Iqbal, Badshah Mosque, anything, any proper nouns given in the text, you have to highlight or underline them. Any dates, you have to highlight or underline any important dates, or numeric values. What are numeric values? Any numbers given in the text. That can be any time, that can be any number, 4 kgs, that can be any weight. Any numbers given in the text you have to highlight and underline. Now, a very important thing, that is, while reading the comprehension passage, there are certain words which are difficult for you. You are not familiar with the meanings of those words. What you have to do, you need not to worry at all. You have to understand meanings of the difficult words with reference to context. What is reference to context? How you will understand meanings of difficult words? it is very, you must be wondering how you will be able to understand meanings of those words you are not familiar with. Now let me give you an example here. I am very energetic since I always work with zeal. Now children, if you're not aware of the meaning of the word zeal, but when you read this sentence, I am very energetic since I always work with zeal, you get an idea what is the meaning of word zeal. A similar example I will give you, which I often quote while giving my lectures, xylofloxacin. Now children, what is the meaning of word xylofloxacin? Come on. Do you think it is the name of a medicine? No, it's not. Think. What is xylofloxacin? Do you think this is the name of any company? No, it's not. Do you think xylofloxacin is a chemical? No, it's not. Come on, tell me, what is the meaning of word xylofloxacin? Have you ever heard it? Okay, now listen to the sentence. Xylofloxacin sat on a tree and flew away. Now tell me what is the meaning of word xylofloxacin. Excellent. Xylofloxacin is a bird. But children, let me tell you, xylofloxacin is not at all a word. I just gave an example to make you understand how you can relate meaning of difficult words with reference to the context. Whenever you read a word in the sentence, you can easily understand meaning of that particular word. Like in the example I have written, I am very energetic since I always work with zeal. You can understand the meaning of word zeal. Here you can easily understand meaning of the word zeal reading its usage in the sentence. Now, comprehension passages are not only enhancing your understanding of the language, but they are playing a very important role in enhancing your vocabulary as well. You will be given or you will be exposed to a wide range of vocabulary which you can use later on. Now children, this is the passage we have to do today. Look at the passage. Now look at the picture. The picture is showing a spaceship. This shows that this passage is something related to this passage has information related to the space. Now children, what we have to do before we have to read this passage or before we will start reading the text, we have to read the questions. We have to read the questions. Let's read question number 1. Which historic moment took place on 16th July 1969? Which historic moment took place on 16th July 1969? Question number 2. When did spaceship enter the orbit of the moon? Question number 3. What happened on the morning of 21st July 1969? Question number 4. How long did they stay on the surface of the moon? Now we have to, this might be a time. How long? We have to tell the specific time. Now, question number 5. What did Armstrong and Aldrin do on moon? Now children, you have read all the questions and you have got an idea that the text we are going to read or the passage we are going to read must be about stepping of men on the surface of moon or something related to space. Now let's read the passage. See children, I have already highlighted important dates, proper nouns and numeric values or numbers given in the text. That will make it very easy for me to understand, or I will grasp all the knowledge given in the text very quickly, or it will be very easy for me to understand the text and answer the questions given at the end of the passage. Now start reading. On 16th July 1969. See children, I have highlighted it. So this means I am going to read something that happened on 16th July 1969. If you must recall, we have got a question related to this as well. The American spaceship, again American spaceship, proper noun. I have highlighted this proper noun as well. Apollo 11 took off from Cape Kennedy and began its historic journey to moon. Now, what happened on July 16th, 1969? The American spaceship Apollo 11 took off from Cape Kennedy and began its historic journey to Moon. See, we have got the answer of the first question. 3 astronauts, Armstrong, Aldrin and Collins, rode in the spaceship. Now children, I have highlighted the word astronauts. I'm sure you're not familiar with this word, but see, when you read the complete sentence, let's read it again. 3 astronauts, Armstrong, Aldrin and Collins, rode in the spaceship. So this means these 3 people, they are related to the space because they rode in the spaceship. Yes, absolutely correct. So astronauts must be related to anything that is related to space, and these 3 people. Now children, you're very close. Absolutely correct. What are astronauts? Astronauts are the people who study about space. See, this is how you can easily extract or you can easily get the meaning of the word when you read the whole sentence. This is, as we have discussed earlier, known as getting meaning in with reference to the context. When you read the whole context, you can understand the meaning of the word. Now let's move on. The Voice of America was broadcasting continuous commentary on the progress of Apollo 11. On the 19th of July, the spaceship entered the orbit of the moon after traveling 2,40,000 miles. After traveling 2,40,000 miles. Now what happened next? Then on 20th July, the human vehicle landed on the moon at 1:17 p.m. Now what was the time? 1:17 p.m. And when did it happen? On 20th July. What happened on 20th July? The human vehicle landed on the moon. The spaceship circled around the moon on the morning of 21st July 1969 at 7:20. Now on the morning of 21st July 1969, what happened? The spaceship circled around the moon. Armstrong left the lunar vehicle. Lunar, what is the meaning of means? Moon. Lunar vehicle, vehicle of the moon. Armstrong left the lunar vehicle and stepped out on the surface of the moon. Now, what happened on 21st July 1969? Armstrong left the lunar vehicle and stepped out on the surface of the moon. A little later, Aldrin joined him. Both of them remained on the surface of the moon for about 2 hours. Now, how long, children, they both stayed on the surface of the moon? They stayed about 2 hours. They installed some instruments and then collected samples of dust and rocks of the moon. Now, what did they do on the surface of the moon? They installed some instruments and then collected samples of dust and rocks of the moon. They did 2 important tasks. Number 1, installed some instruments, and number 2, collected samples of dust and rocks of the moon. Billions of people who were following the progress of the spaceship heaved a sigh of relief. Now, the people who were watching them, they were really very happy, and they were very happy. They were that much happy that all the stress that what will happen when the 2 men will step on the surface of the moon, whether they will be able to make it or not. Now, finally, they were happy that the 2 men, they stepped on the surface of the moon successfully. That day, the barriers that separate our Earth from other planets of the universe were broken. Now children, I have highlighted the word barriers. If you can read the sentence, you can easily grasp the meaning of this word barrier. Barrier means some hindrances. That day, the barriers or anything that was stopping Earth from becoming the part of the other planets was removed. Now, that day, the barriers that separate our Earth from other planets of the universe were broken. In physical terms, physical, something which we can see. In physical terms, Earth is a very small part of this vast universe, but it is the most advanced part of this universe. Now children, you have read the whole comprehension passage. and I'm sure you are able to understand, and all the information given in the text is very clear to you all. And you can easily attempt the questions given at the back of this comprehension passage. Now please attempt the questions given at the back of this passage. Good luck. For your convenience, I have shared answers at the back of this slide as well. After completing your work, you can check your answers as well. Good luck, children.